if you don't have a copy of that, they're available online. But those are the elements that they would have to prove, each and every one beyond a reasonable doubt. So you're correct in that.
Okay. I just want to make sure that's on the record.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're on number 6, failure to state a claim, unless there's some other. The uniform traffic citation has been approved by the courts as a means which to charge certain traffic offenses, okay? And outside of some deficiency in the citation itself that you would like to tell me about, the uniform traffic citations have been approved by the appellate courts as being sufficient legal authority to charge someone with a violation of a criminal traffic offense.
Okay, and with that being duly noted, the issue of traffic then comes in because we go even before the slaughterhouse cases with the Gideon versus Ogden. If you're talking about traffic, through definition, people can't be traffic because then we have an issue that becomes volatile with the 13th Amendment. I just wanted to be on the record.
Sure.
If there's
That's probably a bunch of senseless rambling. I don't. In listening to myself, I'm thinking that doesn't even make any legal sense. I may have given them a little background into my knowledge of some history or legal history, but nothing that has any factual bearing on the case that I had before him at this time.
saying it's a uniform traffic citation,
There's multiple things in the citation. If you look, the citation will have multiple categories. There are actually some that would be criminal, some that would be civil, but it was a way for the officer to potentially charge someone with an offense in a more expedited fashion, considering it as a traffic violation. In this, I'm assuming, and again, I can look at what's in the court file, it looks like there is a uniform traffic citation. It alleges driving with license suspended with knowledge. It alleges a specific statute. It also alleges or checks that it's a criminal violation. And so those would be the things that the standard form would require as a minimum to allege the offense. It also alleges the location, apparently, of where the offense occurred, or the stop at least, East Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and North 37th Street. And so that information is contained within the citation.
Yes, sir.
So if the issue is number 6, failure to state a claim, and I've reviewed the criminal report or the traffic citation based on what's alleged in the citation, I believe that is consistent with case law and legal authority. That is legally sufficient to state the alleged offense. So on number 6, I'll deny the demand for dismissal. Now again, that doesn't mean you're guilty of it.
Right.
It doesn't meet the minimum threshold in order to state a claim for which the state can go forward, and I believe it does. All right. Number 7, unethical filing and breach of duty by public. I have no idea what that is.
Just for the record, I just handed him the amended notice of discovery, so that he has it.
But you mailed it out earlier.
I'm misrepresented by my secretary. It was prepared on
19th. That's fine.
Well,
That's
no,
today.
it was prepared earlier, but our office has been told we have to deliver everything to Mr. Doss because there's an issue with getting mail. So
Okay.
they left it
All right.
around.
But you got it.
Now, here's what's interesting about her statement about misrepresentation. Everybody get your notepad out and put a little asterisk by this, by the 2 terms I'm about to give you. Deliberate omission of a material fact and the intentional misrepresentation of a material fact. See where that leads you when you finish your legal study, and if you don't have an answer by next week, just email me. We'll address that.
A copy of the police report and the individual is identified in the police report.
That's
You
right.
received that before today.
Yes, and I just delivered the amended discovery.
Okay.
I was going to say, I want you to proffer where it was stated there was going to be a difficulty getting the mail, but I'll deal with that at another time. Is these 2 people, one of them is the same. Actually, you spelled his name correctly, so that's okay. And now the badge numbers now shifted. As long as they're accurate, I'll get to that later because
I don't think, unless it's an issue of identity, in other words, was that the
Yes,
person who allegedly observed what they're going to testify to?
Yes, sir.
I think the identity by name is the significant information. But again, if there's a discrepancy and there's an issue at some point or even at trial, and
I can explain that, Your Honor.
Okay.
At trial, you want to explain it now?
I can explain it now, that the
Sure,
name
go ahead.
was incorrectly spelled, and as soon as I
The name
noticed,
was incorrectly
was
spelled.
incorrectly
Okay,
spelled,
that's-
so as soon as I noticed, I changed her from Mr.
What about the
Bell.
badge
Badge
number?
number.
Because it was, when they put the name in incorrectly, it had, like, kind of automated in the system as a different individual.
Are the badge numbers correctly disclosed with the individual officer now?
Yes.
So he,
And they were correctly disclosed, but the police report says, the identification numbers for each officer.
okay, so what she's representing is that the information in the report where the officer is identified by name and badge number, that the discovery that you've been given is consistent with those numbers. And if it's not, you can address it with me as if it concerns you, but she's saying that that information is now consistent. All right, let's go back to number 7, unethical filing.
No, can we go backwards one more? The issue now becomes, because I guess maybe my mind might have drifted for a moment, not that I'm not paying attention to you. You're very detailed and I can appreciate that. The issue of the officer's burden of proof, because they're claiming something that now we don't even have proof existed. So now there could be a profiling issue involved or any other
Well,
number.
I'm not sure what in other words, you may or may not believe there are ulterior motives.